Yes, ouens, Gertlo van Kaapstad en welkom by nog 'n video. So yeah guys, I know I've been on a little bit of a YouTube sabbatical over the past couple of months, making very little videos. I spent a little bit of time with family and so on. So what better video to go out of 2021 with a Do Talk video, you know, giving some reflection on all the issues that upset me, excited me and so on during 2021 and what is waiting for 2022. So let's do some straight talking Do Talk stuff. You guys must watch out. I'm going to do quite a big video around about the second or third week in January of 2022. It's going to be basically about my core secret as an older guy on how to get this kind of shape body at your older age, and it's revolving around the natural aspect of how to manage and control your testosterone and your cortisol levels in your body, and how to incorporate a program within that kind of environment for optimal results for the older body. So keep your eyes peeping early next year. Okay, back to the video. So 2021 is coming to an end. Also, although this has been a really bad year for many people, for me and my family, it's been not a too bad year. We had one death in the family of a loved one due to COVID, so we count ourselves lucky. We're healthy, we're safe, and financially we're okay, unlike so many people out there. In fact, there was even a couple of blessings along the way. But I must say guys, sure, I'm losing hope that this lockdown, this virus, this mask wearing, all this stuff that they're forcing down on us, I don't know. I've got no hope that it's ever gonna go over, you know, or disappear. The latest I heard was there's a state in the US that is actually going to implement permanent mask regulations now. It's law. You can't go outside, inside, anywhere in that county without wearing a mask. And I can't tell you how much I hate wearing a mask. They've busted me a couple of times now in gym because I just can't train or work out with a mask. So how is life at Ground Zero? I'm in Cape Town, so we are slightly removed from the main area. It's like Gauteng, which is about 1,500, nearly 2,000 kilometers away from Cape Town. That is the hotspot in South Africa for the new Omicron variant. Personally, I don't believe that South Africa was actually the country where Omicron started. I think it's way up north in Africa. The thing about South Africa is that we got actually very good private and university research healthcare systems in the country, and that is why they pick up the new variant so quickly, because we quite well on top of it. We actually surpass some of the first world countries' medical environments and research. Either way, but how does it feel to be at Ground Zero? Well, the whole world has pretty much locked down on South Africa. Nobody can come in, nobody can go out, so that is really bad for our country. I mean, yes, the hospitality and tourism industry, they're already on their knees. And one of the companies that I've got, it's not a huge company, it's a small company, but we're in the hospitality environment, and I'm telling you guys, they're on their knees. And now with the lockdown that the whole world has bestowed on South Africa, it pretty much means a huge drop further in anybody going eating out or staying in hotels or bed and breakfasts. So yeah, that's a bummer. I'll not deny that there's a little bit of fear inside there with everybody down here, because it's a lot of unknowns that's waiting. But life is going on. I'm going gym. This afternoon I'm going to gym. I'm doing everything that I usually do, and we're not yet forced to stay at home. And somehow I don't think it's actually going to come. I'll tell you now why. So I'm planning my December holidays at my little beach cottage with my family and friends and stuff and so on. So life is going on. Don't underestimate. Daily cases are rising drastically in South Africa. It's like going like this. It's by far more cases than with any of the previous 3 waves that hit South Africa. We're now in our 4th wave. So just looking at that kind of graph, it can be quite scary. But let's not talk about the mess up that the South African government made with the actual figures in the past 3 days, which distorts the whole thing. But anyway, even with that error that they made, it's still eye-popping, the amount of new cases. But, you know, with all the new cases, and we're talking now anything from between 10 to 20,000 new cases per day. There's been one death in the whole country of 60 million people from COVID. So looking deeper into all these graphs, what stands out is the fact that although the cases are rising at light speed like this, the actual hospitalizations, the ICU admissions, and the actual deaths is stable. They are not increasing, I want to say at all. They're actually at their lowest level pretty much for the past 3 waves. And the early reports that came out of Omicron was that it's fairly light symptoms. People are coughing slightly. They actually, some of them even don't get a fever, or if they do get a fever, they get a light fever. There's humongous body aches and you're very tired, and that's for 3 days, and then it's basically over. Now, it's still early to tell. That is all the information coming from all the doctors. And the statistics is showing that. Even Ramaphosa, that's the South African president, said, I think he was in Ghana yesterday, and he said that the people mustn't panic because the hospitalizations are very stable. So I am actually getting positive here, because if you look at this whole thing from a distance, what this could mean, you're sitting with a highly contagious variant, which basically means everybody's going to get it. Doesn't matter what you do, you're going to get it. But very few people is going to die. Now, after everybody's got this new variant, they're all going to have antibodies. And because the variant has got such a lot of mutations, it's going to protect us against all future infections. Hopefully, but that is my positive frame of mind right now. So that is the outcome that I'm hoping for and wishing for, but I know there's a professor already in America that have said that, and there's more voices here in South Africa also going up with this line of thinking, is that this could easily mean the end of this whole COVID pandemic. So I'll just say hallelujah. So guys, I'm actually positive. I think the wheel is quickly going to turn around, because the whole world and everybody's very soon going to see that this is nothing to scare. In fact, this is not even close to something like flu. But it's early times, a lot of data still needs to come in, so laat ek nou maar nie my naam gat maak nie. So the next 2 weeks will be critical. Cryptos, the metaverse, the big hope. Now, yeah guys, that's for me, that is the big hope. I took my last bit of, let's call it savings, and all the money that I made from my coaching online, and I bought some very selected cryptos, and I bought stocks into all kind of companies that is in this new metaverse project. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of the metaverse project, but that is the next big thing. Now, I can't stress enough the word big. It's gonna herald in a new era, bigger than the internet itself. The best way to describe what this is about is that you have to go and watch this movie Ready Player One, which is actually a nice movie, you'll enjoy. And this gives you insight into what is going to happen in the future. A guy in America has already bought a digital plot for $2.4 million. When was it? Last week, I think. And he bought that in the metaverse. So that plot is used forever now in the metaverse. But guys, paying $2.4 million for something that is not real, something that you don't actually have. It's just in a digital world. That's crazy. Oh, that guy's got too much money. But this is the power of the metaverse. People are going to escape. They're not going to live in the real world. They're going to live their lives in this metaverse. So I'm betting big time on any company or crypto like the Mana crypto that is designed to be used and operated with in the metaverse. I'm putting my coin on all these things. So I've bought a lot of stock on all companies that's got anything to do with metaverse, and I bought a lot of cryptos. Now, I'm not in it for the short term, because what's just like in the past 2-3 days, I mean, cryptos dropped about between 20 to 30%. Now that's considered a crash. So yeah, it's not nice, but I've bought my cryptos and my metaverse stocks for the medium term. That means anything from 1 to 5 years. I'm not in it for the short term for a quick buck. So I've got dreams. I want to ride my Bentley one day, and I want to fly business class all the way. So yeah, I got my dreams there. Let's see if it comes true. Right, next up, the American Horror Story. You know, guys, that when Trump was president, and I'm not a particular supporter of Trump. I liked a couple of things that he actually did, but he was kind of a rough potato and a rough diamond, I must say. When he was president, provided a lot of entertainment. I really loved what was going on and how crazy the people went. They got so easily upset and offended by him, and I loved all this. But now, yo, with the new Democrats control of America, it's busy to turn into not an entertainment but a horror story. And away from the place where I'm sitting. Now remember, I'm sitting at the other side of the planet. And yes, I'm reading your local news, definitely not from CNN and those kind of news outlets, but I'm following what is going on in the US. But the thing is, I'm not there. So I've obviously got a distorted picture of the US. But now you must remember, this is the picture that just about the rest of the world are getting from the US. And it's not very good. Now, I followed the Rittenhouse trial quite close because this is one of those trials that signifies for me the sickness of this world we live in. There you got a young guy, Kyle Rittenhouse. He was defending himself against a mob that wanted to destroy him, attack him, and even trying to kill him. Now, the day that we are not allowed or the right to defend ourselves against any form of attack, that is the day when this world is really lost to evil. That is why this whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing was for me so important. I was looking for some hope in this world because I'm starting to lose it. And what was crazy for me was the fact how the news outlet, now I'm talking specifically CNN and what is the other one? MSNBC and all those liberal news outlets, how they distorted the actual facts. I mean, they don't care about truth. That's got nothing to do with anything for them. All they got is their agenda. And doesn't matter how much they have to lie, how much they have to distort the truth, they will just blatantly lie to push their own agendas. In their eyes, you have to simply lie down when a mob attacks you that they support, and you have to do nothing even if they kill you. And in good liberal tradition, you know, well, we expected that much. When the liberals have got no more logic and no more truth that they can throw, then they start screaming racism. Well, that's the same here in South Africa. When there's no more truth and no more logic that can be applied, then the racist calling card is taken out. It had nothing to do with racism, the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. It was white on white violence. It got nothing to do with white supremacy or anything like that. It's just an agenda the left is continuing pushing down everybody's throats. Doesn't matter how much they have to lie. So yeah, there's these liberals, and I want to say Democrats because they are the liberals. It's not about what is right and wrong for them anymore. It's just about pushing their agenda. Make or break. Doesn't matter who have to be destroyed, burned down, looted, or killed. So for me, the whole US political landscape is changing from entertainment to a horror story. Sad man, sad. You know, this is such a great country. And I've got so many friends there. And there's so many great people there. But this Democrat agenda, this is crazy. So this is why I was so ecstatic about the verdict of Kyle Rittenhouse. The fact that they found him not guilty on all accounts. That gave me some hope in good again. But after all is said and done, the fact is, a guy who simply defended himself had to go through hell, while the people that were trying to kill him, the mob, no case is made against them. They still roaming free. Well, of course, I know I'm going to lose some followers, you know, by being straight and open like this. The liberals simply don't take kind to anybody that has got any opinion different from their own. They're trying to crush you, they're trying to cancel you and do whatever they can to just simply get rid of you. But you know, this is a point in my life. I don't want to stir, but for me it is you have to open your mouth and take a stand in this crazy world. So sorry liberals, I'm taking a stand. Okay, let's move on to the next hot topic. Abortion and free guiltless sex. Maybe the wheel is turning a bit in the USA. It might just be possible. This case also gives me some hope. The new case that's been, it's like a war that's been waged in America, this abortion case. So what's my take on the abortion issue? Dude, if a girl wants to have fun and poke around, then she must carry the consequences of her actions. It's not about her having control over her own body. It's about if you poke around and you get pregnant, then you have to take care of that child. You can't just go and get rid of the child or baby or whatever because that is inconvenient for you, because you want to sleep around more. Destroying a life because you want to have consequence-free sex all the time. is sick. The moment that conception is taking place, that's the moment that life is created. And that is the moment that your responsibility starts and consequences for your actions. These feminists screaming abortion is making me sick to my stomach. I see only hate, no morals, no self-respect, no love, no responsibility, no consequences. Take responsibility for your actions, girls. Grow some balls and own up to your actions. Okay, now the liberals is probably going to tell me, yeah, they've already gone through operations that they already got balls. For Pete's sake, girls, just grow up. Right. Next hot topic. Who the hell is controlling these liberals in America? You know, they're so off the scale. They're so crazy with their thinking. I can't comprehend how these people mind and thought processes work. It's like they got blindfolds on. They can't see the truth. So for me, where I'm sitting, it looks like one of two things. Number one, evil is in control in America. You know, and call it Satan, call it demons. I don't know. It looks like evil itself controls the liberals because they're so blindfolded. They can't see the truth. Or point number two, there's some or other conspiracy theory going on here, and all the liberals, most of the Democrats, have sold their soul to, you know, this organization that wants a new world order in place, and so on. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. So for me, I don't think it's option number two. I honestly think we're talking here about evil is busy taking seriously root. Not just in America, unfortunately, in the whole world. So I'm sorry, my American friends, I know I'm a bit harsh on you here, and you know, me being from South Africa, I've got no right to say anything because we've lost the plot long ago with all our corruption and crazy things that's going on here. And as one of my friends, my Facebook friends, has pointed out to me, it was John Pinsky. He said, don't overgeneralize, you know, not all Democrats are bad. And I agree, you know, it's definitely not the case. So sorry guys if I'm offending anybody here. The big culprits for me is the media outlets, the big media houses, you know, the CNNs and stuff like that. They are the people that push their distorted agendas and literally lie to the people out there. And being fed a lie day in, day out is going to change your perception of truth and reality. So they got agendas that they are pushing. Now what the hell these agendas are, I don't know. And this brings me back to us. Is there conspiracy going on there? Is somebody else in control of America that we don't know about? No, shut up, I don't even want to think about things like that. But damn, for a guy not interested in politics, I sure got a lot to say. So I'm gonna zip it about politics now. Star Trek Discovery pulled from Netflix. I was sitting in my home theater that night because I know that the new Discovery season has started, and I'm switching on my Netflix and I'm checking. There was no more Star Trek Discovery. They pulled the whole series from Netflix. I was seriously upset about that. Apparently Paramount is consolidating their assets because they're launching worldwide in 2022 with their streaming services. So obviously I will try and get Paramount in 2022 if they come to South Africa. So right now I am waiting for the new season for Picard, Star Trek Picard to come out, and then obviously I don't know if you guys have seen this Foundation. This is a new Isaac Asimov sci-fi series, Foundation, that's on Apple Plus, and that is great. That is like Dune for me. If you love sci-fi, you should check it out, and obviously it's in stunning 4K. Okay, my man cave. Now just before this whole Omicron nonsense started here in South Africa, I thought things is going not too bad. My cryptos is doing not too bad. Business is going good, you know, and I decided I'm gonna spend a little bit of bucks, and I bought myself a new laser JVC projector. I've bought a Marantz AV 9.2 channel Dolby Atmos amplifier, and I bought myself a Lazy Boy, one of those nice chairs that you kick out, you know, it's like a bed that you're lying in and watching home theater. So my man cave is, oh, that's a nice place to be. That is where I watch all my sci-fis and movies and stuff and so on. But now, you know, that Omicron has hit, you know, yeah, this is not the time to spend money. And this is when you need to hold on to whatever you got because there's so much uncertainty. And I'm not very happy now about the money that I've spent, but at least I can go and sit and cry in glorious 4K in my home theater with thundering 9.2 channel Dolby Atmos and cry my eyes out about the money that was spent. But anyway, what's done is done. Okay guys, let me wrap this up for you. Don't forget that I do body transformation coaching specifically for the older guy. I'm talking about over 40, but basically over 50 up to over 60. My systems are specifically designed to create an environment for the older body to be in an optimal situation to lose fat and build muscle. So any of you want to contact me, I'll put up the link for you on the screen. That is where you can find out more and also sign up to my coaching. And then of course, don't forget about my supplements order page. That's a very interesting page. All the supplements and all the TRT and stuff that I discuss on my site, that is where I give you the links on where to get everything from a reputed supplier over the internet, the international supplier. There's a lot of work that went into that site. I'll put up the link for you on the screen so you can go and check out the supplements order page. There's also some good discounts that I've got for you guys there. Then I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and God's blessings for all your family and loved ones. May 2022 be COVID free. I think that's the best I can wish for everybody. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Cheers. Hartlo from Cape Town, signing off. Cheers, guys.